Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
You're wearing the KBBN shirt today for the event tonight.
Yes, that would be correct.
That's good, although I miss your shirt from yesterday, and I want you to know.
That's right. I'm never wearing it again.
That's what
I took so much grief from wearing it yesterday. Personally, I thought I looked good in the shirt, but obviously you didn't. And then I was a little surprised others made fun of my shirt too. So I'm never wearing it again.
I want to talk to you about that because I felt bad yesterday. I didn't even sleep hardly last night.
Yeah, whatever.
Because I thought you looked great in the shirt, and it brought back great memories of Leave It to Beaver and Dennis the Menace and all of those things that we talked about. Gilligan's Island, Kruger. I mean, it made for a fun day, and I'd like you to wear that shirt again. I think it was great. I just want you to know that.
Okay. Yeah, you'll probably never see it again.
Oh, come on, Brent. Be a sport.
The thing I did like about the shirt, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but it kind of had, like this one just kind of hangs over the arms, as it comes down.
Yeah.
That one kind of had the elastic or whatever that kind of gripped your arm. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it kind of felt good.
It made it look like I had a muscle.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. There you go. Well, just feel free to wear it again. It made a lot of people happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So today we have an exciting show because we're going to be giving away, and I think Jeremy will probably drop by.
Oh, yeah. Today's the day, isn't it?
Yes. The day is the day. We're giving the Alan Jackson tickets away and $200 cash. And the entries are in, and we'll do that sometime during the show. And then I'd like to get to those Rotary tickets today and see if we can give those away.
Sorry, already did.
Oh.
We gave them away on Party Line yesterday.
Great. Well, folks, forget what I said earlier. We're not going to give those away. That's
sorry
all right.
About that.
No, that's great.
Yeah, I was on Party Line with Jeremy yesterday, so we just gave them away on Party Line.
Good. All right.
Yep.
So we'll be giving away the 2 tickets to Alan Jackson. He'll be in Lincoln later this month, and $200 cash to get you there and back. By the way, this is the 55th day that gas prices have went down.
Oh.
So I know we always talk about when they go up, and it seems like they go up faster than they go down. We're talking dollars per gallon, cents per gallon, I guess. But the 55th straight day that gas has gone down. Now, it's not back to where it was before, but still going down. That's a positive thing. Talk about positive things today.
Okay.
Sadly, though, before we get too positive here, you know what? She was a great singer, and we lost a great singer yesterday.
Yeah, kind of an icon.
Yeah.
When it comes to music and in film as well.
Yep. Known, really for the part she played in Grease.
Yes.
But she did other films as well. And, a sad day. Olivia Newton-John passed away after fighting cancer for 30 years. And I think she was just a likable person and a good role model to follow. She always was positive about fighting cancer all of that period of her life. And it really slowed her down, I think, in her career. Or maybe she just wanted to slow down. Who knows? But had an impact. And she had 15 top 10 hits early in her 70s and 80s. Magic and Xanadu. And that's when she crossed over. She actually started in country.
She did. And she had some top 10 hits on the countryside, too.
Yeah. So, too bad. Originally from Australia, and she passed away with her family and fought cancer for 30 years. So, John Travolta sent out a very nice message. They must have remained friends after their time working on the movie Grease, and said some very nice things. So, yes, too bad. But I think most people liked her. It's also the start of Elvis Week.
Is it now?
Yes.
All right. So what does that entail? What is Elvis Week?
Well, from August 9th to the 17th, Memphis, Tennessee takes time to honor the life and music of Elvis Presley. The King left the building for the last time on August 16th, 1977. So today we'll play some Elvis music for you.
Oh, good.
And if we can find some Olivia Newton-John music, we'll play some of that for you as well. We might have to put the Ruski to work. I mean,
Okay.
you know, whatever you
Yeah.
call her. Birthdays today. Gene Oxford is celebrating a birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Gene.
And if you're celebrating a birthday today, you are celebrating with lots of people. Sam Elliott.
Oh, yeah. I
known-
like Sam.
Yeah, most people do. He has that big, deep voice and giant mustache. And he played in some cult films like The Big Lebowski. And he can do about any type of film.
Yeah, he can, but let's be honest. Sam Elliott's at his best when he straps on the holster and puts on a cowboy hat.
Yeah, he's really good at that.
Yeah.
But, you know, he still had a hat on when he played in The Big Lebowski, and he was very effective.
Yeah.
He was super in that. But he's been in many, many films. Adventure films. I think it was in The Hulk. He played the dad of the gal in The Hulk.
Oh, yeah. The very first Hulk
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So he's been in a lot of different kinds of films. He's 78 today.
Wow.
Yeah. Deion Sanders.
Prime time. Prime time.
You know, I'm not a big fan, but I have to admit, 55 years old today, prime time, played in the NFL for 14 seasons and in the Major League Baseball League for 9 years. And I'd forgotten, I didn't think he'd played that long in Major League Baseball. And he's the only athlete to play in the Super Bowl and a World Series. And he is currently the head football coach at Jackson State University. So he continues to do well.
Yep.
I just never was a fan.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of boastful guy, but boy, he backs it up with those activities that he's been involved in. Melanie Griffith is 65 today. She's known for lots of different movies. Some of them, Something Wild and Working Girl was a big one for her. And didn't she hang around with, what's his name that was in Miami Vice?
Oh, Don Johnson. They were married, weren't they?
Yeah, are they
For a
still
time?
married?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't think they still are.
No. Well,
She was married to Antonio Banderas, wasn't she?
I don't know.
For a while?
I don't know. She's also the mother of actress Dakota Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Gillian Anderson is 54, actress. Despite her role as Margaret Thatcher in The Crown, she's best known for playing Scully in The X-Files.
Yep.
And this one, I don't know, but I know you will. Alexa Bliss.
Yes. WWE superstar. She's a professional wrestler, I believe.
Yes, she is. I put your name beside that because I
Oh,
knew
did
know
you?
it.
Okay, thanks.
First woman to have won both the Raw and the SmackDown women's titles.
Oh, I didn't know that.
By the way, the Ruski lit up when I wished Alexa Bliss a happy birthday.
Oh, well, of course.
Alexa Bliss is 31 today. So happy birthday to you if you're having a birthday. Those are some of the people you're celebrating with.
All right.
Let's play the game, shall we?
Okay, let's do. We're asking questions about American Bandstand, which debuted on ABC on August 6th, 1957. Oh, this is an easy one. Along with Chubby Checker, you probably know the answer already. Dick Clark helped launch what dance craze on American Bandstand? Was it the moonwalk, the funky chicken, The Jerk or the Twist. Along with Chubby Checker, Dick Clark helped launch what dance craze on American Bandstand? Was it the moonwalk, the funky chicken, the jerk, or the twist? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
It's spoken weekly, well, probably daily, from newcomers to Broken Bow. Wow, look at all the cars around that place, the Tumbleweed Cafe. Visitors wonder why, and locals know why. The delicious home-cooked meals of the Tumbleweed Cafe are absolutely amazing. Looking for a fun part-time job? They're hiring. The Tumbleweed Cafe, open Monday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. on East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
7:42. We didn't get a call. That is an easy one.
Yeah.
Go.
It's the twist.
Yeah, do the twist.
Of course.
I've told this story before, but it's one of those moments in life that is as clear as when it happened.
Oh, yeah?
We had this, I don't know what grade I would have, well, I was on the south side elementary school, so it had to be before fourth grade, so probably second or third grade, somewhere in there. And there was a sixth grader, like, a lot older. And she had moved in from, I think, California.
Oh.
Or somewhere from a city somewhere. I don't remember for sure. It's been a while. But she gave a demonstration out in the playground how to do the twist.
Oh, okay.
And she made it very simple.
I see.
She said, just pretend you've thrown down a cigarette and you're snuffing out the cigarette with your shoe.
Oh, okay.
And then you do it with both shoes. Just pretend you're putting out a cigarette.
Okay. And the next thing you know, you're doing the twist.
Yeah. And then she said also kind of helps if you pretend too that you're got a hula hoop on.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're putting out cigarettes and hula hooping at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. I'll remember that.
Yeah, that's how it was explained to do the twist. All right. Getting out a CD.
All right. You going to play Elvis?
Gonna play a little
It's
Elvis. yeah.
Elvis week.
Yep. Got this fancy CD player. And I got the single.
So let's see. So since it's Elvis week, will we get a channel that just shows the old Elvis movies over and over this week?
Oh, probably. I don't know, though. This is mostly in Memphis.
You have any idea how many movies Elvis ended up being in?
Too many. Way too many. His movies really weren't very good.
I don't know if I've ever watched one, to be honest.
That's one thing we got a lot of. I guess go back to memory lane again at the Bow Theater.
Oh, yeah?
You got some Elvis movies because they were a lot of times B films. They weren't,
Probably easier to get.
And there is Craig Kennedy would smile if he was listening. His granddad, I believe it would be. Yes, his granddad started the Bow Theater.
Uh-huh.
And he was at a film festival when all of the people were beginning to build drive-in theaters.
Uh-huh.
And that the Bow Theater was downtown and then out at the drive-in. And he was, I think, in California and had his picture taken with Elvis Presley.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I bet you that picture's still around today because it was quite a coup back then because he was doing all those films.
Sure.
And Craig's grandfather was at this festival and got his picture taken with Elvis.
Huh.
Boy, these memories are coming back.
Yeah.
Since my baby left me, well, I found a new place to dwell. Well, it's down at the
So apologies if you like the Elvis films for whatever reason, but I don't think they ever were close to winning an Academy Award.
Now, okay, so Elvis was the one then that, let's see, would it have been the Ed Sullivan Show that only showed him from the waist up, right?
Yeah,
When he first performed
Yep.
on the Ed Sullivan Show?
I believe so. Yeah. We'll take a quick time out, and we'll see if Logan Girardin knows how to do the twist.
Oh.
That's next. Stay tuned.
There's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
Don't let falling behind on your spraying affect your yield. Now is the time to book fungicide and insecticide applications on corn and soybeans with Arrow Aviation. Not only can you fight disease, but you can improve plant health at the same time, increasing yields. Easily control insects like grasshoppers, rootworms, beetles, and western bean cutworms with the help of Arrow Aviation. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim with Arrow Aviation at 308-872-5113 to talk about your options.
And action! It's Dave and Brent getting the action started on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN. You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
All right. Good morning to Jody and to Steve. They're in our chat box this morning. And a good morning to Girardin, Logan Girardin. How you doing, Logan?
I'm doing pretty good.
Boy, you're camouflaged and
I'm kind of a sissy when the weather changes.
the cool air.
The
in the
cool
morning.
air just does me in. I don't go from 100 degrees to 50 degrees very well.
Now, see, that surprises me because I consider you an outdoorsman.
I am, but I am always cold.
Oh, okay.
Well, at least you know how to prepare, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing wrong with a nice-looking jacket like that. And got the cap on, ready to go to work today, huh?
I am, I think.
Yeah,
never
you
know.
haven't decided
I
yet.
haven't
huh?
decided yet.
Well, you don't have much choice, so
Nope.
none of us do.
I wish I was fishing like I did this weekend, but
Yeah, did you have some luck?
well, so I actually went out with a couple new friends that I met.
Uh-huh.
And they're smokers.
Oh, boy.
I'm not.
Right?
So we're on the boat, and there's 3 of us on the boat, 3 cigarettes, but nothing to start them with.
No matches?
Nothing.
No lighter.
And they were getting kind of, you know, kind of fed up with it. And, you know, being me, I thought, well, hey, I got an idea. So I took my cigarette, threw it over the side of the boat. The whole boat became a cigarette lighter. So that's how I solved that problem.
You took care of that, Logan.
Yep.
How's things at Arrow Seed?
They're a lot better than that joke. I can tell you that.
Oh, boy. Oh, you always make our day. So what do you want to talk about
Well,
today?
things are moving right along into the fall season. If I remember right, last year about this time, you probably planted a cover crop on your garden.
Yeah, and I was just thinking that the other day.
Yep.
I'm going to do that as soon as we get all the tomatoes picked.
Which, speaking of gardens and tomatoes, I'm sure a lot of people have a bajillion and a half green tomatoes that just don't seem like they're ripening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because it's been too hot.
Oh.
They don't ripen once it hits a certain temperature. And we've been over that temperature for a few days in a row.
Yeah, and this week, today is going to be lower 90s, and then the rest of the week's going to be right around 95.
Mm-hmm.
All the way through the weekend, actually.
Yep.
So we had a cool day Sunday, but does it take kind of a series
Yeah, I mean, I had
cool days to?
like 4 or 5 tomatoes turn yesterday
Really?
when it was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they went from being green to, oh, there's a little bit of color to them. However, the rest of them, not so much.
Yeah.
So it takes a couple days in a row for them to ripen.
Yesterday's high was 82, so we had Sunday and yesterday, and now we'll get above 90 today.
Yep.
So I know you can pick them if they get a little bit past green and put them on the windowsill and get them red that way.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways to do it. It seems like on a somewhat normal year, you have a few good tomatoes by now, and this year I think we've just had so much extreme temperatures that nothing wants to do much.
Have you heard much about? I was weeding the garden on Sunday because it was so nice and cool, and the garden looked pretty good, but I did see a couple grasshoppers. Are we getting some grasshoppers coming into gardens?
I'm sure there probably is.
Yeah.
It's that time of year.
Didn't see a lot, but I thought, well, if you see one, there's probably more coming, right?
Yep.
So what do we do about that?
You can use some insecticides. You know, me personally, I don't like to put insecticides on my garden because I like the garden to fruit.
Yep.
And most plants need either wind pollination or insect pollination to do that.
I'm with you there.
But you can put 7, which is an insecticide. We've got the powder or the dust, or the concentrate that you'd spray.
Okay. By the way, a little side note, thanks for turning me on to those cucumbers that you sold me those seeds.
Parent the Carpic, I think.
Now
cucumbers.
they don't need pollination, right?
Nope.
First time in many years that we've actually grown some cucumbers.
How do they taste?
They're good.
Well, good.
They're really good, crisp, and yeah, they're dandy. And we've gotten quite a few already, with more to come. So that worked pretty nice.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad I have a testimonial.
Yeah. Now we have the flowers beside the garden that you got us started on, so we probably could, go ahead and plant regular cucumbers because we got the pollinators there. But
you could.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Speaking of cucumbers, and I think I've talked about this before, sometimes you get that real bitter taste, or you get the cucumbers that are kind of curly, and
yeah.
Well, that's due to pollination issues.
Oh, it is.
Yep.
Okay. Well, these are nice.
The ones that don't require pollination, you don't have to worry about that.
They're nice sized. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. You've helped us quite a bit there with our flowers and the garden right side by side there. It's working out nice.
So I got to know, how do you eat your cucumber? Do you slice them and then put them in a little bit of vinegar with maybe some onion?
No.
Yes.
No way. I'm not going to
Yes
put
way.
vinegar on anything, but I just like the cucumbers sliced in a bowl and put a little salt on them and eat them. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I have to admit, I have done that more this year.
Right.
Just slice them up and then salt, and we have, I don't know, Shelley found this like special kind of pepper, seasoned pepper or something.
Oh, yeah?
Sprinkle that on there.
Isn't all
wow.
pepper seasoned?
Well, nah, but it's okay. Make fun of me. Let me go get my shirt on that I had yesterday, and then you can really have a ball. No, it's fancy pepper.
Okay, fancy
How's that?
pepper. That
I
works.
can't remember the name of it.
Works.
But
As long
it's
as
really,
it tastes good.
It's really good.
Is it with a grinder or?
No,
Oh,
it's
it's
just yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think just a little salt on the cucumbers. It's nice if they sit in the fridge just a little bit too. But I wouldn't put vinegar on them. You may as well just put toilet water on them. So what you use vinegar to clean toilets.
It's all about the rice vinegar. That's the good.
The rice vinegar.
Rice vinegar is the good vinegar
Yeah.
to use.
I think I usually do apple cider vinegar.
Oh, if you use rice vinegar, you will.
I need to change.
Yeah, you will
Okay,
never.
I'll give it a try.
You will never go back.
All right.
It's just that nice crisp
Okay.
flavor. So yeah,
Yep. So you were starting with cover crops. Is that where you wanted to go?
that is. That is.
We'll get there eventually.
We'll get this back on the
All right.
tracks eventually.
That's fine.
Yeah, so cover crops are big right now. I was talking, you put one on your garden. you don't have to do a big cover crop. It doesn't have to go on a field.
Right.
You can do a small one. We've got the seed. We'll sell it to you, get it planted, and I think your cover crop did pretty good, if I'm not mistaken.
It really did, and it was fun to just see how it, how tall it gets, how soon it comes up, and then to know that you're replenishing the soil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you noticed an increase in production on your garden from it?
Well, the tomatoes, we have a lot of tomatoes coming on, so we're happy. We only planted tomatoes and cucumbers, so,
Right.
but it's looking good. Yeah.
Yep. How's the weed competition?
Boy, weeds
there?
this year, I don't know anything that's going to stop weeds this year.
Well, if, from my personal experience, if you grew a cover crop and didn't till it under, you'd have more material out there, more mulch to keep the weeds out.
Yeah, I know that's a debate with you and your granddad. I tilled it in after I talked to your granddad. Maybe I'll try the other method, your method, and see, and we'll compare.
You'll still have some weeds. You run into that regardless, but the weed pressure should be down considerably because you're keeping the mulch, the armor there on the soil, and it's keeping some of the nasty stuff from coming up through.
Well, when you do that and you don't till it in, do you mow it down?
Either mow it down or roll it. So
Or lay it down?
lay it down, So I've done that numerous times in my garden.
So the farmer could do that, mow it off, and I suppose they could bale it up if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And then they still have the stubble.
Yep, and there's a lot of folks that do that. They want to graze it maybe, and then they want to take a hay crop off of it. And that's awesome. Other guys will just let it go and then say plant corn or soybeans into it. You see that more and more, especially with the herbicide tolerant weeds.
Yeah.
So there's lots of options. And when it comes to cover crops, multi-species are generally better. Just because you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, you're benefiting more of the soil, than say you just put a grass like rye or triticale or wheat. If you throw some brassicas in there that are going to, kind of replenish and scavenge some of the nutrients, maybe throw a legume with it that's going to create some nitrogen for you. There's a lot of factors that go into what is a good cover crop.
Okay, well, it's becoming more and more popular, and with the climate conditions out there nowadays, drier, hotter, I think we'll see more of it too.
It's gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Back in the day, cover crop. Why would I want to do a cover crop? And the best way to put it is in the wintertime, drive by if there's a snowdrift in a ditch, drive by a field that still has cover on it, and then drive by a field that's bare, and that snow on the bare field will look like a continuation of the field. It'll be black with soil.
Yeah, that's a good way to know.
So,
well, it makes sense. I mean, Mother Nature showed us how to do it. We're just getting back to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing with cover crops. If you don't plant something to keep something growing in that soil, Mother Nature is going to plant one for you, and it's not going to be what you want.
Yeah, I don't even think of Mother Nature growing weeds. They're so. I don't know. This year they're just awful.
They are,
Yeah.
and I think part of that has to do with the winter that we had.
Yes.
An open, dry, no snow cover, just not a good winter. Extreme cold. It thinned a lot of stuff out.
It did.
Turf grass and pasture grass, alfalfa. Some of those perennial crops, they simply did not survive fully through this winter.
Speaking of pastures, I was talking with farmer rancher at the fair, and we were talking about that very same thing. He said we needed some snow last winter. He said, they're in one of those spots. In the particular person I was talking to, in one of the spots that hasn't enjoyed as many rains as we have, and so it's tough. Are they people who have thin pastures now? Are they going to need to seed back some of those pasture areas?
It all depends. Some of those situations, the grass got thin, but it'll still keep filling in. If it completely winter killed and there's nothing, then yeah, you'd probably want to go in and get something in there this fall.
Okay. All right.
So there's lots of options.
Yeah. Lots of options. Darrell Seed for farm and ranch, and doing some grilling and decorating your yard.
We can get you covered any which way.
Fencing.
Yep. Lots of fencing.
All right.
That's fencing it's going to be pretty hot and heavy this fall.
Yeah.
I will let everybody know that we've got a lot of half-mile rolls of high-tensile wire, but we do not have any 4,000 foot any of the big spools. Those are like a long time out.
Okay. Like a lot of things.
Yeah.
Thanks, Logan.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. FBI agents have executed a search warrant at former President Trump's Florida estate in search of classified documents. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott tells CBS Republicans want specifics.
It has to be something of incredible magnitude for at least my side of the aisle to say that was warranted.
Another Trump-Pence proxy battle, this time in the Republican race for governor in Wisconsin. Last night, Rebecca Kleefisch, who's backed by the former vice president, insisted
the only endorsements that are going to matter ultimately are the ones that are counted tomorrow night.
Former president backed Tim Michels. There are extra police patrols outside schools and mosques in Albuquerque, where police are still trying to solve the murders of 4 Muslim men. CBS's Omar Villafranca.
We learned this is a small Muslim community, around 3,000 to 5,000 people, and they are scared. The mosque president told us that some people have even moved away until a suspect is caught.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. A unicameral legislature divided over Nebraska's abortion laws will take up the issue in January, after Governor Pete Ricketts released a statement Monday explaining why there will not be a special session in Lincoln to address the divisive issue. Ricketts did not speak to the media, but in a statement said he found the decision to delay attempts to tighten the state's abortion law as, quote, deeply saddening, unquote. Sandy Danick, who is the executive director of the Nebraska Right to Life, said they were particularly disappointed in Senator John Stenner and Senator Robert Hilkeman, who voted in last session for LB 933, but chose to leave and basically indicate they will not maintain their commitment to strike more restrictive measures on abortion in a special session. That's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
News from the NBA, where Brooklyn Nets star Kevin Durant reportedly met with team owner Joe Tsai recently in London and essentially told Tsai he had to choose between Durant or head coach Steve Nash and GM Sean Marks. Monday, Tsai tweeted out, quote, "Our front office and coaching staff have my full support. We will make decisions in the best interests of the Brooklyn Nets," end quote. In baseball, the Yankees beat the Mariners 9-4. New York Slugger and AL MVP frontrunner Aaron Judge hit a home run, his 44th of the season. That leads the major leagues. Josh Donaldson had 4 hits, a homer, and 3 RBI in the win. Mets over the Reds 5-1. Mets led by starting pitcher Chris Bassett, who went 8 innings, allowed 1 run with 8 strikeouts. Giants shut out the Padres 1-0. San Francisco starter Alex Wood and 3 relievers combined on the 5-hit shutout. San Diego's dropped 5 in a row. Their lead on idle Milwaukee for the final wildcard spot in the National League's down to 1 game. Orioles beat the Blue Jays 7-4. Baltimore moved 1 game back of Seattle for the last wildcard spot in the American League.
Here's your weatherology forecast. High temperatures pushing up into the lower 90s for today under a good deal of sunshine. Then for tonight, mostly clear, a low of 61. Even some mid-90s for high temperatures on Wednesday. That stretch of sunny weather looks to continue. And even into your Thursday, still lots of sun, headed up to 93. Friday, mostly sunny skies in store, a high of 94. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Do you owe the IRS $8,000 or more? Are you a few years behind on your filing? Are you going through an audit and have no idea what to do? You need an ally, fast. Ally's Tax Relief Negotiators can protect you from all IRS collections, but have you called them today? Their team of enrolled agents, tax attorneys, and CPAs are your allies to fix all your tax problems. Take the first step to getting the IRS off your back. Call Ally's Tax Relief today for a free consultation. 800-957-0325. Ally's Tax Relief, 800-957-0325.
Dealing with an outdated printer that just can't keep up with you? Visit Staples and upgrade to a new HP Envy Inspire with HP Plus, HP's best home printer. And it comes with 6 months of free ink. It prints everything you need, from homework and work documents to incredible photos and more with amazing quality. Right now, save $70 on the HP Envy Inspire 7955E, available at Staples. Offer valid through August 27th. See staples.com/HP Plus for details.
63 degrees outside under a sunny sky. Winds southeast 3 and 4 miles per hour. Barometric pressure continues to rise at 3015. Humidity at 90%. High yesterday was 82 with an overnight low of 59. Sunset today at 8:47. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:42. No measurable precipitation so far in this month of August. Turn things over to Mr. Brent. Brent?
Oh, thank you. Yes, we have our friends from Team Physical Therapy in with us at this time, and Rachel Scott joins us. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. You know, fall sports is about to begin. Did you know that?
I did, which is what I brought some trivia with me today.
Oh, trivia. Okay, wonderful.
And it's kind of like in light of fall sports coming up and whatnot.
All right.
You guys ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So you can do acronyms for this one, but do you know the 4 major knee ligaments?
ACL.
Yep.
MCL.
Yep.
How many are there?
There's 4.
Really?
Yeah, there's 4.
Boy, after ACL
Those are the
and
2
MCL,
most commonly torn.
I don't know if I know the other 2. I have no idea.
So MCL stands for medial.
Yes.
Medial collateral ligament. The outside would be the lateral. So there's an LCL.
Okay.
Which is basically just on the other side of the knee.
All right.
And then there's also a PCL. The PCL basically controls the opposite motion of the ACL.
Okay.
So 50%. Not bad.
Now, I think when you said PCL, I think I've heard of that one. I don't know if I've heard of LCL. So my question now becomes,
yes,
because I mean ACL, MCL, it seems like we hear those all the time.
Yep.
I assume that those are the 2 that are easier to be damaged or more damaged than the others, or am I way off on that?
It's just all about like the application of forces and whatnot.
Okay.
So in sports and like on uneven terrain or like reactive movements, your MCL and your ACL are more commonly stressed.
Mm-hmm.
But like the PCL is the most commonly torn in car accidents.
Oh.
Because basically of like the knee hitting the dashboard and the way that those forces are applied. So it's really more so, I mean, thankfully we have a lot more people playing sports than getting in car accidents.
Yeah.
So we don't hear about PCL quite as much. But it's really just more so related to like forces applied. A lot of times the ACL with like a twisting motion in the knee and a change of direction can be stressed a lot. So that's why we hear about that one so much. But LCL, it's just all depends. You know, it's more often that you'll have a force come in from the outside and stress the inside of your knee, as opposed to a force coming from the inside. Now, I will put a very strong asterisk. Anything is possible in the rodeo crowd.
Yeah, I believe that.
We did some coverage of bullfighting and bull riding, and anything is possible in those arenas. So,
yeah, flying limbs are not uncommon there. Yeah. All sorts of different twists, and then of course the impact of if they do get hit.
Yep. Yeah. So it all just depends on which way the force is applied and what ligament is stressed. But fun fact, there are actually 4 major knee ligaments.
So of the 4 ligaments, is there one that takes a longer time in recovery or treatment, or not necessarily?
Not
Just
necessarily.
depends?
I mean, they're all 4 major knee ligaments for the stability of your knee.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at, it used to be with like kind of knee ligament rehab, if you had to have a surgery to repair it, it used to be about a 6-month rehab. As within the last, 5 years, I feel like we've really grown to understand that return to sport better, where we're looking more at now a 9 to 12 month to reduce that risk of re-tearing that ligament. We've also changed a lot in our approach of we're not letting time make that decision for us. We're doing return to sport testing, comparing to the leg that was uninjured. Okay, are they producing the same amount of force, and do they develop the same amount of strength? If you have somebody who's only got 60% strength compared to their well leg, they're not ready to go back to sport yet, because we're just setting them up to get injured again. So we've progressed a lot in that sense of being smarter about our decision making of when to say, okay, yep, you're ready, go play.
Yeah.
Rachel, used to see a lot more people, I think, coming back sooner than they should, and they slap a brace on the knees and put them out on the field, especially, seems like linemen a lot of times. You'll still see some braces for a lot of linemen.
Yep.
But you don't see as many of those for the other positions in football.
Yep.
Is that because they're just not letting them go back and play as quickly?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
With linemen, and I will say football is not my expertise. We should have Nathan here for this. But with football, those linemen and just the force that they're producing and whatnot, it really is preventative to have their braces on. There's a reason every, collegiate football team out there, those linemen have braces on both knees on both sides of that line.
Yeah.
That is really more preventative in nature. There's an argument to be made on both sides of whether to brace or not to brace coming back from an injury. Me, as the physical therapist, I really just support whatever their surgeon supports. Some surgeons support bracing after return to sport. Others, surgeons are like, nope, if you're fully rehabbed, you're ready to go, you shouldn't need a brace. So a lot of times what I'll see too is they'll have you brace for the first year, and then after that, discontinue your brace. So it's very situational based on who your surgeon is. A lot of times what sport you're playing, it's a nice big gray zone that I'm not going to give a definite answer on.
Okay, well, that makes sense because everything's different.
Yeah.
And in volleyball, you injure, you're injured maybe when you come down and from jumping or hit from the side. And I mean, there's all sorts of different things that can happen, like you said.
Yep.
So. Okay, all right.
Speaking of volleyball, this one's kind of a common volleyball trivia question. Which is more common, a lateral ankle sprain or a high ankle sprain?
I would think lateral, but
I'm going to go high.
Lateral ankle sprain is more common.
Okay.
Now, a high ankle sprain is typically like a greater severity of the ankle sprain, but basically just when somebody comes down from landing and their foot rolls in and their ankle rolls out is considered a lateral ankle sprain. I'm pretty sure we have a lot of high school teams doing ankle braces for volleyball players because there is so much repetitive jumping and you're jumping right next to someone. It's really easy to come down on someone's foot. So in that same sense, like linemen in football where they're wearing knee braces, we've got a lot of volleyball players wearing ankle braces truly just as a preventative measure.
Now, as you were explaining that, you were kind of rolling your ankle. That even hurt to watch you do that because there's a lot of pain when you roll an ankle like that. Even
there
if
can
it
be,
isn't,
there really can be.
Yeah, and that probably is part of rehab too, is getting past that pain and getting things back together.
Absolutely. Our first goal there is just to reduce the amount of swelling.
Yeah.
Within those first 48 hours, and within even that first hour of your ankle sprain, you can really see the swelling and you kind of look down on your foot and you're like, where'd my ankle go?
Yeah.
So our first goal is always just to reduce the swelling and whatnot. And then it's just, okay, we really need to figure out how severe is that ankle sprain. And then strengthening it back up so that you'd be surprised. I see a decent amount of people later in life who have an ankle injury and they're like, well, I sprained it back in high school. And then, I sprained it again then. And I've kind of sprained it a few times. And you see just that pattern of that first initial injury now becoming a spot of weakness where you're prone to re-injuring there.
How far can damage go on a sprain? Can it actually tear the things apart in there?
Yep. So a sprain is where there's just damage, but that ligament is not fully torn. But you can fully tear. There's kind of 3 major ones for the outside of the ankle. And you can fully tear all 3. In that scenario, it's more of a surgical environment where we're repairing those ligaments. And thankfully, we've seen a few of those. Thankfully, we see more sprains than surgical cases, but we've seen those, and we get them to the right doc, and they do recover quite well. It's just a much longer recovery process, obviously.
And then rehab with you folks afterwards to build the strength.
People
back
really
up.
get stuck with us.
Yeah. Well, you just don't have the surgery and then let it sit. Right?
Yeah. Nothing good will come of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Getting things moving after surgery is just as important to maintain your mobility.
And of course, we're talking athletes because we're getting ready for fall sports, but this all pertains to all of us, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, as much as we like to think that athletes are the only ones who can sprain their ankles, it's slightly embarrassing when you're like, well, I was out walking in a field and just rolled my ankle. And I mean, out here, you can have some really uneven terrain, and it's pretty easy to roll an ankle and sprain the outside of your ankle. So although we talk about it like athletes are the only ones, we see plenty of ankle sprains among all generations.
Yeah, well, all you need to do is step on a rock or something.
Yeah.
And
I've had, thankfully we are not at that time yet, but slipping on the ice, it's, you use your feet with everything you do. You're walking. So it's a common site of injury.
yeah, and then if you're a little older, like I'll raise my hand, if you do step on a rock and you fall, then you probably have something else that needs work on. So, all right.
Okay, I got a few more for you guys. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
You already covered which knee ligament was most commonly injured. That was the ACL. How many, I'm not going to ask you which ones, but how many muscles make up the rotator cuff?
I have no idea. I'll say 4. I don't know.
6.
4 is right.
Yeah, thank you.
So we talk about the rotator cuff as just like one entity, but it's basically a group of 4 muscles that provide multiple planes of stability for the shoulder. So stabilizing it both in the front, the back, the side. And a lot of times with overhead athletes, rotator cuffs can be a major concern or source of tendonitis or potential injury as well.
Yeah. That's one that goes to what you were talking earlier. I hurt my shoulder 10 years ago, and I've been dealing with it for 10 years. And finally had surgery, finally got it fixed. You hear that a lot, don't you?
Yeah. And I mean, the other thing, too, about the rotator cuff is it's a common site where there's not necessarily always an injury. If you're someone that has done a lot of overhead work or just a lot of manual labor, that rotator cuff can be susceptible to kind of quote-unquote wear and tear. Based on the amount of work you've been doing. Sometimes people will even have a bone spur that they have no control over. It's just something you're born with, and over time that can kind of fray at your rotator cuff. So sometimes that's the most annoying thing because you're like, I didn't even do anything. But our shoulders just have so much motion, which is, allows us to do everything that we do. But with that motion comes a high rate of risk of injury.
Yeah, except for radio guys, we just reach for our coffee cup. That's about the only.
Well, it all depends on how much coffee you're drinking.
That's
if
true.
it's a lot of coffee, that's still a high load.
Yeah. Good point. Do you have more questions, or did we tackle them all?
No, I think you caught them all. The last one was kind of something I wanted to bring a little bit of light to. So this is true or false. Another 50-50 chance here. A concussion is a mild form of a traumatic brain injury. True or false?
True.
Yeah, I would say true. Definitely.
Yep. Yeah. So thankfully something that we're really happy to be able to help with in a lot of communities in this area is concussion testing. So fall sports are really like starting to get into it. I think some of them might be in 2-a-days this week, I think. Last week and this week, we are doing a lot of baseline testing for concussion testing. So basically taking our athletes and testing them without a concussion so that hopefully we don't run into this. But if we do have someone who has a concussion, we can use that baseline test to help decide when they're ready to go back to sport. So
It's a great idea.
It's something we hope none of our athletes ever have to go through, but we're happy to be prepared in case we do have to do that injury coverage.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in. We
Yeah.
appreciate it. It's always fun to talk to you. And we learned a lot today.
Yeah.
So will you come back?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What are the hours the clinic is open?
Yeah, so in Broken Bow, we are open from 7 to 6, 5 days a week. A lot of our other clinics are 8 to 5. You can call to get scheduled at any of our clinics at 308-872-5111. And then we've got locations in Kearney, Callaway, Broken Bow, Burwell, and Gothenburg.
Wow. And you also have a website if you want to look that up and decide which way you want to go, right?
Yep, absolutely. It is myteampt.com.
All right. Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We'll take a time out. Mark Stock is up next.
For those 62 years of age and for those that are handicapped or disabled regardless of their age, the Grand Generation Manor in Callaway has affordable housing available. An equal housing opportunity provider and employer. They're located at 200 South Grand Avenue in Callaway. The Grand Generation Manor.
This week at Geared for Sports in Broken Bow, gear up with a new pair of shoes. When you shop with them this week, you'll save 20% off all regularly priced footwear. Geared for Sports also has a great selection of Husker wear to prepare for that upcoming Husker season. Stop in and check it out. If you don't see something you're looking for, talk to Scott. He'll work to find it for you. 20% off all regularly priced footwear this week at Geared for Sports in Broken Bow, west side of the square.
The Breakfast Show
Don't know what I do without them. They're awesome.
on KCNI KBBN.
I know it'd be a good day to move some livestock around too, and we've got an auction online for Poss Angus, registered black Angus cows selling at 1 o'clock this afternoon, right off the ranch by Scotia, Nebraska. If you're looking for some 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old fall-bred cows, registered black Angus cows, they will be sold today to the highest bidder at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Go to the Big Iron website for all that information. And then tomorrow, folks, we've got over 1,500 items selling from a lot of different people around the area. Several retirement sales. Dennis Engel is retiring. They live by Oakley, Kansas, and they've got a 2009 Peterbilt 384 semi They have a 2001 Neville grain trailer. They've got a 2009 Case IH 6088 combine, a 2208 8-row 30 corn head. There's a 2005 John Deere 8320 mechanical front tractor and a J&M 750 grain cart. Very well cared for equipment. And then Larry Mudloff is retiring by Page, Nebraska. Page just over by O'Neill. 56 items on this unbelievable sale, folks. It features 2 John Deere 8130 mechanical front tractors. These are 2008 year models. Larry is a gold key person with these tractors, which means they drove them off of the factory, and they've been stored in his building, and they are immaculate, folks. 2,640 hours, 2,158 hours on these tractors. They didn't work too hard either because they pulled a super sharp John Deere 1770 Neuro Transport 12-row 30 planter that looks just like a new one. They do have a Buffalo 6400 Series 12-row 30 cultivator. They've got 2 J&M 750 grain carts. I believe they both have scales. There's a super sharp John Deere 9660 combine, an 8-row corn head and a flex head, and some extra tillage tools. But well cared for equipment selling by Page, Nebraska, online on BigIron.com tomorrow for Larry Mudloff. And then we've got Oak Creek Farms. They're sale by Elgin, Nebraska. They've got a 2009 John Deere 1770 16-row 30 planter. This is a CCS machine. They've got a Brent 1082 grain cart. They've got a 2011 John Deere 9770 combine. They've also got a Landau 7431 29-foot vertical tillage machine. They've got a 2007 Peterbilt 386 semi. And check out the 2006 Pete 378 day cab. It's getting a lot of attention from people all over the country, and it's something cute to look at. They've also got 2 John Deere 8400 mechanical front tractors. They've got a well-cared-for 4850 tractor as well. Then we've also got the William Zuttervern Cattle Company retirement sale by Dunning, Nebraska. This particular sale, folks, features 2 2012 Vermeer 605 Super M round balers. They've also got 2013 Vermeer T1200 disc mower. They've got a MacDon R85 disc mower as well. They've got a Case IH 130 Maxima and a Puma 145 tractor. And also check out their 2015 Polaris Razor 1000 UTV. That's the William Zuttervern Cattle Company retirement sale by Dunning, Nebraska. That takes place here tomorrow on BigIron.com. And we've got a big sale by Lincoln, Nebraska with 34 items from the Linder Farms family. They've got a John Deere 7810 two-wheel drive tractor that's immaculate. They've got a John Deere 8210 mechanical front tractor. Check out their John Deere 750 no-till drill. Their John Deere 9550 combine. They've got a 643 corn head and a 918F bean head. And they've got a 1970 John Deere 4020 Power Shift that's got a loader. That tractor's getting a lot of attention as well. And we've got equipment scattered all across the Midwest selling tomorrow, guys and gals, on the Big Iron website. So we encourage you to dial up Big Iron if you're looking for quality ag equipment. We've got some good quality construction-related items like a John Deere 289 D3 compact track loader. It's a 2020 year model machine. That is selling tomorrow as well. And then we've got a big forage harvester that's selling a 9650 forage harvester and a 688 rotary head that's selling by Oberlin, Kansas on Big Iron tomorrow. Now, we do have a bunch of machinery auctions lined up here as we finish out the month of August and we get into September. And I believe the deadline to get on that Husker Harvest Days special advertised auction, and where you potentially could have a couple of your headliner pieces parked in Husker Harvest Days right in the center attraction lot to get all those extra eyes on your items. The deadline to get those items listed on that sale, I think, is coming up this week. So get a hold of your area rep right away or give us a call here at 1-800-937-3558. We're also talking to a lot of people about their classic and collector cars. We're going to be doing some special stuff for Minden, the museum in Minden. They've got a couple storage sheds that were full of items that they've had there in storage for 20, 30, and 40 years, and they're selling some of those items. Watch for some very unique items, and some of those will be on display at Husker Harvest Days as well, because that sale's coming up after Husker Harvest Days. And we do have a lot of land that's going to be sold here over the next couple weeks, and we're listing land to be sold here in September, October, November, and December as we speak. So if you are in charge of some property that you would like to get sold, we encourage you to give us a call so we can come out now and get some drone footage while the grass is growing and the crops are up and good, and we can start compiling all the data to get the bidders and buyers all the information they need to be attracted to your particular property as it sells on BigIron.com. Once again, a lot of good quality equipment selling tomorrow, some livestock selling today, and if you've got land, machinery, livestock that you would like to sell, call us at 1-800-937-3558.
All right, Mark. Wow, what a great listing of equipment and all of the things that you covered. Classic cars and land sales keeps you busy, doesn't it?
It keeps us busy, but, you know, we've got a lot of good people out there that go out and service the customers. And, you know, of course, we did the acquisition here with Sullivan Auctioneers out of Hamilton, Illinois, so that's opening up a brand new wave of sellers and bidders and buyers that are, you know, from Illinois going east. And so with that, you can get all of your equipment even exposed to more and more buyers. So we're excited about the future. We're excited about all the things that we can do for the sellers, regardless of if you're selling farm machinery, if you're selling classic cars, or if you're selling construction items or semi-trucks, or if you're selling some livestock. So we can handle it all, and we've got special people that work each of those divisions, folks. They are passionate about those particular areas, and they'll take real good care of you. So if you've got items you'd like to sell, it starts with a phone call, 1-800-937-3558.
All right, Mark, thanks so much. Appreciate your time. Look forward to your report next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later.
All right. Bye. 8:34, Big Iron Auction Company on the air with us this morning. Brent, they have a power outage, but a planned one for tomorrow in Ansley, and I know Grant had that on local news this morning. But tomorrow at 9 a.m., the entire community of Ansley will be without power for a couple hours anyway. They're going to replace a voltage regulator at the substation at the light plant. So about 2.5 hours is what they're hoping to take before they bring you back up. But, you know, when you make repairs, sometimes you run into unexpected things. So be prepared, get yourself some water ahead and so forth down in Ansley. It should be the cooler part of the day, so you can get those air conditioners going on a little bit later in Ansley. That's tomorrow starting at 9 o'clock.
All right.
All right, so you're heading up to Anselmo this evening. What time are the burgers served, 6:30?
6:30 is when we're planning to start, I believe. Yep. Yeah, we had Tom Griffith and Kevin Safranik in the studio with us last week, I guess it was, to visit about tonight's event. The Anselmo Myrna Athletic Booster Club will be hosting their fall sports kickoff, and they've asked us to kind of serve as the MC of the event tonight. So we'll be up there visiting with coaches and players and getting you ready for the Anselmo Myrna fall sports season. So Coyote fans, come on up to Anselmo and join us. We'll be at the Foo Bar. The event is scheduled to start at around 6:30 tonight, and they've got a nice hamburger meal that they are preparing and serving for $5 for tonight's event. So come on up and enjoy the evening with us.
And I think they mentioned when they were here that the $5 charge for the meal doesn't cover the cost. I think that wouldn't surprise most people. So take advantage of that and support the kids and the school.
Yeah, and if you would like to leave a little bit more than $5 for the meal and donate to the Booster Club, I'm sure that they would appreciate your donation.
I would think so. Speaking of sports, I have a question, sports guy.
Okay.
Have you been following this golf situation at all?
No, honestly, I have not. I assume you're talking the PGA versus this new tour that is being developed called LIV, L-I-V.
Yeah.
Right? Now, honestly, Dave, I mean, I kind of followed it a little bit when it was first getting going, but honestly, I really don't know much about it, except there are several from the PGA Tour that are moving over to the new tour, and the PGA's not happy about that, and I don't think is allowing the players who go to the other tour to continue to play on the PGA. I think. That's about all I know about it.
Well, little update here. The battle of which golf league to play continues. The PGA Tour filed a motion against a lawsuit from the LIV golfers who sued the PGA Tour to play in the FedEx Cup playoffs, which start on Thursday. 3 live golfers qualified for the PGA Tour postseason, but organization doesn't want to let them play in it because they say the golfers breached their PGA Tour contracts. Golf Channel insider Jaime Diaz says the PGA Tour has a strong case against the Live Golf organization. So that battle continues. I know Phil Mickelson is one of those, probably one of the profile players that went over to the Live Golf League, and I did catch a little interview he did at a press conference, and he said at this time in his career, that fit what he wanted to do with his life a little bit better, because I think actually right now the Live Golf Tour is, they get paid a bunch of money to go play. They don't have to win to make money, and so it's more like going back to the beginning of golf, where some of the pro golfers just actually went out and played in front of the crowd and got paid to play. So they're kind of back to that. But it's been interesting to see how that's going to turn out. But I will say, if you have tuned in to watch a little golf on Sunday, there's a lot of players that you don't really know very much about.
That's correct.
And it does affect, you end up not watching it. So it's having an effect on both sides of the coin there. But it's all about money, unfortunately.
Yep.
All right, it's Elvis Presley week. So here we go.
Well, bless my soul.
Information secure. Our staff is trained to deal with any type of situation and is happy to help or answer any questions you may have. Bruning Bank. Build, grow, thrive. Member FDIC.
If you like horsepower, fast cars, and the beautiful Nebraska Sandhills, then you need to attend or watch the 2022 Sandhills Open Road Challenge. Races the 11th to the 13th. Thursday mornings is the Loop-to-Loop race, taking off from Halsey. Friday, the shootout on the Cozad-Callaway Road. And Saturday, the Sort race itself will have cars screaming out of Arnold. Listen for driver interviews and race coverage on 95.3 and KBBN.com. Or watch live video coverage on the Sandhills Express YouTube or Facebook pages. Sort 2022 is brought to you in part by
First State Insurance, Reed's Food Center in Arnold, Trotter Service Broken Bow, BD Broken Bow, Wenquist Incorporated Broken Bow, Fixed Ride Auto Body, Shotgun Annie's in Callaway, Trumbull Repair and Towing, and the Callaway District Hospital with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics.
You're waking up with The Breakfast Show. KCNI, KBBN Radio.
I love it. 8:43 is your time. Brent and Dave with you here on The Breakfast Show. Well, Brent, we're going to talk about the climate this morning.
Oh, we are?
Going to go from
Okay.
sports to climate.
All right.
Now, the climate has an effect on sports, no doubt about it, as far as temperatures go, but usually Mother Nature gives us indications when we're maybe messing it up. New study showing that birds are less colorful than they were 20 years ago.
Oh, I love studies.
And if blue jays don't look as blue to you as they used to, or cardinals aren't as red, you can blame the heat. The increased temperature worldwide has caused the birds to get a little less colorful. A new study in the journal Nature says changes in the climate are making birds less colorful. They tracked a yellow-breasted bird species in France over a 15-year period and found that heat increase and drought have been dulling their colors. So when they breed, their chicks come out with less color, and it's just continued to fade the color of birds. That's too bad. Heat wave boils most of the United States. A dangerous heat wave is keeping about 200 million Americans sweating until at least the weekend. The Pacific Northwest, Central Plains, and Northeast are sweltering in temperatures that feel like the hundreds. The humidity has been very high, making things especially unbearable in the Northwest, where most folks don't have air conditioning, and we've seen a lot of that this summer. And last but not least, well, there's some other things about the climate that I think you're going to like, but this one's not too good. Fish are dying because of Northern California wildfires. It's about to get really stinky in Northern California, because of the massive wildfires that burn more than 60,000 acres, soils and trees charred. Recent rain sent much of that into local rivers where thousands of fish have turned up dead. We're talking salmon, trout, suckerfish, all went belly up. And one local fisherman said he's about ready to cry. But that's what's happening with our environment right now.
Wow.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Storms in Kentucky, my goodness, the flooding down there is so awful.
It is.
And those are areas where there's some poverty and not a very high income, old coal mining areas that haven't seen any flooding like this in their lifetime. And that's still a trouble spot because they're getting more rain. So everything's so severe. It seems like it's, flooding in one place and drought in the other, and tornadoes where we've never seen them before. It's been something else. Another problem that the country is facing right now, and this is a very serious one. My good friend, Brett, my neighbor, my bro. Teacher shortages across the country.
Oh, man. Yes. That is a big problem.
I think we, in this particular area, are somewhat insulated from that, thank goodness. I know that the employment situation in all walks of life is stressed right now as far as finding enough employees to work. And I'm sure that even our local schools are having some stressful situations with that. But in other areas of the country, it's real serious.
Mm-hmm.
I believe 70% of teachers are considering getting out of teaching in the country. And that's not good. They're having trouble opening up some of the schools in the country right now because they don't have enough teachers.
Yeah.
Wow. Not good.
No.
What do you have over there that's a little lighter?
Since you brought up schools, I thought it would be a good transition to let you know that Sargent Public Schools is seeking applicants for a para-educator teacher aide position for the 2022-23 school year. And I tell you, these paras have become so important to schools and to teaching our young people. So if you would like to be a para at the Sargent School District, they would love to visit with you. Specific assignment will be based on school and student needs, as well as the qualifications of the successful candidate. Additional duties are available but not required. Applications can be submitted at the school office. And if you have any questions about being a para at the Sargent School District, please contact Mr. Grint. And there is also a list of duties that the para would be doing and some of the qualifications that are needed. To check out all of those, we encourage you to go to sandhillsexpress.com, go to the employment page, and you can check out the full job posting there. But again, if you're interested in becoming a para at the Sargent School District, please contact the school. And if you have any questions, you can direct those to Principal Mr. Grint.
Yes, that's a opportunity. If you're good at that sort of thing and you love kids, that would be a great job.
Yes, it is. And like I said, they're important. Those paras do great work.
They do. And, we were talking about we have some shortages here, slight shortages. Just for instance, in Clark County, Nevada, where Las Vegas is located, they have 1,300 job openings for teachers.
Wow.
1,300. And that's after they hired more than 1,000. The district is offering a $4,000 relocation bonus. And in around Tampa, Florida, more than 600 teaching positions remain open. So it's worse elsewhere. And it is a major problem. Brent?
Yes, Dave?
It's time for some Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, okay.
We'll do that right after these words.
Gary's Superfoods is proud to serve you as your hometown grocery store. Their aisles are packed with deals like these. 80% lean ground beef in a 10-pound tube, $3.69 a pound. Or Smithfield all-natural boneless pork loin chops, 10 for $10. Fresh strawberries are 2 for $5 in 1-pound carton. Or extra large red or green seedless grapes are $1.99 a pound. Use the coupon from the flyer and save $5 when you buy any 5 participating Kraft, Heinz, Planters, or frozen products at Gary's Superfoods. Visit them on South B Street in Broken Bow.
You know it's back to school time when we hear cheers and groans and everything in between. But you'll only be happy when you see the back to school savings we have at Beaubouterie. 25% off all in-stock athletic shoes.
KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Pro-Trump protesters demonstrated outside Mar-a-Lago after FBI agents executed a warrant at the former president's estate in search of classified White House documents. CBS's Major Garrett.
This is now a conversation about weaponizing the justice system at the federal level, and Trump supporters hear that, and they may react in a very combustible way.
Teachers and staff go back to school in Uvalde, Texas for the first time since 19 students and 2 teachers were killed there in May. Superintendent Hal Harrell.
We've got to get this moving forward. We can't keep knocking the ball down the road.
Still no suspect in the murders of 4 Muslim men in Albuquerque. KRQE TV's Alexa Skineski.
The community is fearful for their safety, some even fleeing Albuquerque and the state to get away from the uncertainty. Right now, we know of at least 5 Afghan families who already left and 20 more in the process.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Monse Bolaños.
23-time major champion Serena Williams announced her retirement from tennis in Vogue, saying, quote, "It's the hardest thing," end quote. She will retire after the upcoming U.S. Open, which starts at the end of the month. An NFL spokesperson said that Aaron Rodgers' use of a hallucinogenic drink during the 2020 offseason isn't considered a violation of the league's drug policy. Chicago Bears All-Pro linebacker Roquan Smith has requested a trade. He believes that he is not valued and that the Bears are just trying to strong-arm him with a take-it-or-leave-it deal. ESPN is reporting that there's nothing to worry about when it comes to Saints quarterback Jameis Winston and his tweaked ankle that he suffered during yesterday's training camp. Last night in Major League Baseball, the Padres lost their 5th straight game to the Giants 1-0, while the Yankees snapped their 5-game losing streak as they beat the Mariners 9-4. Aaron Judge hit his Major League leading 44th homer of the season.
Here's your weatherology forecast. High temperatures pushing up into the lower 90s for today under a good deal of sunshine. Then for tonight, mostly clear, a low of 61. Even some mid-90s for high temperatures on Wednesday. That stretch of sunny weather looks to continue. And even into your Thursday, still lots of sun, headed up to 93. Friday, mostly sunny skies in store, a high of 94. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation. As we transition from prep season to watering season, Custer Electric and Irrigation wants to remind you of important offerings that set them apart. They're once again offering free FieldNet and NFTrax demos for this growing season. Demos are limited, so call today to reserve your pivot control or set of NFTrax. Want to skip the demo and buy? Custer Electric and Irrigation recently installed 4 radio bridges that allow the service area for telemetry and FieldNet to expand where you may not have previously been able to get it. These bridges also mean cheaper annual subscriptions, so talk to Lance to see what he can do for you. In need of tires but don't want to upgrade to NFTrax? Custer Electric has 11.2 by 38 tires on hand and ready for your pivots. Finally, is your pivot leaking more water than irrigating? This is your reminder to not settle for second best on sprinklers. Update your sprinkler packages today for install before service season. For all this and more, call Lance at 880-1507. Check them out on Facebook or at custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
68 degrees under a sunny sky. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. And we have more guests in the studio. Brent?
Yeah, we do. We've got our friends from Off-Broadway with us. Jessica and Jody are here. Hi, ladies.
Good morning.
How are things at Off-Broadway? Just clicking right along?
Exciting.
Yeah?
Yep. Exciting.
Yeah, good. Residents have been enjoying the summer, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. We've had several events, and they're taking advantage of every one of them. So
yeah, good. Well, I know that I think last time we were in, we talked about employment opportunities at Off-Broadway.
Yes.
I assume that there's still opportunity to come and work at a great place.
Absolutely. Yep. We've got some positions available right now. So we've got dietary, housekeeping, nursing, and our transportation, and that's all part-time.
Okay.
The full-time positions, we have resident service coordinator. You must be an LPN and RN and currently licensed with the state of Nebraska for that position. Medication aid night shift and our activities director.
Okay.
So
those are the full-time positions
Yes.
that are open.
Yep.
I know that we've talked about this in the past, but you have developed a really nice referral program when it comes to employment opportunities. That's still going on if
Yes.
someone refers somebody that works out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you refer an employee or even a resident to us, you can get paid out $500. And that comes with the qualifying payout. And we'll discuss that at the time.
Sure.
So,
Okay. On the part-time positions, are there kind of set hours for the part-time, or is that flexible, or does it depend on the position?
it's flexible.
Okay.
Even the full-time, I can be pretty flexible, I feel.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, but I do require that, you be there certain times, but
sure,
it's flexible.
Okay. All right.
So,
all right. So if they're interested, they just contact you, Jody. Are you kind of the
Yep.
main person when it comes to employment opportunities?
yes. So
Okay.
just stop in or give me a call at 308-872-2522.
Okay.
Jody, since we're tight,
Yes.
do you think there's an opening as an ice cream tester?
Well, there isn't, but it's something that I could look into.
Would you look into that? I'd be
Yeah.
interested in that position.
I'll
Yeah.
look into that for you, Dave.
And if it does work out, I referred him.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Will that
So we'll talk about that.
Well, the good thing about employment is
Yeah.
you can refer somebody, so you get up to $500 payout.
Okay.
And then the person that accepts the position and they're qualifying, they can get up to $500 too.
Oh, really? It benefits
Yes.
both.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win situation. So
Dave. Oh man, I'm excited. I hope this works out for you.
Well, a dream job,
Yeah.
and get a bonus.
Now, since we kind of invented this position, could there be an extra 500 for that? Since we invented the position,
That would the administrator will get. Thank you.
I don't think
Jody's in charge, remember.
Yeah, Jody, I don't think we're making anything easier for you here.
no, we're not.
Creating a job, another opening, you have plenty of good opportunities for people before you get an ice cream tester, I imagine. So
Yeah. So we'll just take that one under advisement and
Okay.
we'll go from there.
All right, Jody.
And as an employee, Jody is very good to work with, as well as the family-oriented, as well as just a good work environment. As an employee, I'm very grateful. So,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are there different shift times with some of these positions? Because I would assume that some of these things, some of these spots are like 24 hours, right? Someone needs to be there overnight.
Just the nurses.
Just the nurses.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yep. Everything else is pretty much day or evening.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, there you go, folks. Some real good jobs and a real fun place to work, I think. Jessica, you mentioned
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a great environment, and the residents is a bonus. The residents are.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
Good
So,
people. Yeah.
Yes. So what's the list of employees that we are needing?
dietary, housekeeping, medication aides, transportation. That's all part-time. The full-time is resident service coordinator, medication aides for our night shift, and then activities director.
We have great benefits. Great benefits.
And on some of those, I assume that, like I hear med aid, I assume that some of those types of positions would have certain requirements to be eligible for. Am
Yes.
I right on that?
Yep.
Okay.
And we will train and we will help the right candidate get those.
Oh,
So-
nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
And then another thing that we offer that not a lot of places, we offer PTO for part-time. So, which is a huge benefit. For being part-time, you get PTO. So that's a great benefit that we have at our facility. So, paid time off.
Yeah.
So, you earn that.
I didn't know what that was. I'm glad you explained. Oh, PTO, that sounds like that's on a tractor.
Yeah, I was just going to say. Dave's thinking power takeoff.
We can put you on a tractor.
No, you don't want to do that either. All right, so throw that phone number out there again so they could give you a call.
It's 308-872-2522.
All right. Is some of this information on your Facebook and online?
Yep, on our website.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. So, Jessica, how was fair?
Good.
Good. It's a good thing your boss let you take a little time off.
I know. She's wonderful.
Yeah. That's an example, right?
That's an example. Yep.
Yeah.
And no question, she's very good to us. Very good to us.
Well, I know she's a good person because we're tight. I mean, you know.
Couldn't be tighter, Dave.
We're buds.
Maybe she'll let you off work.
Yeah.
I want some PTO.
Now that he knows what it is.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want PTO? Thanks, ladies.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it very much. We are celebrating the life of Olivia Newton-John this morning, so here's another cut that she had a big hit with.
Suffer from toenail fungus? Please pay close attention. Let's face it, toe fungus is embarrassing. I was afraid to take my socks off and hid my yellow and crumbly toes from everybody. But nail fungus isn't just a cosmetic problem. It can also be dangerous. Even a small spot can spread and get worse. But no matter what I tried, it seemed like my fungus would never go away. Then I discovered Crystal Flush, the new FDA-registered at-home treatment. This unique two-step system flushes out fungus at its source and reverses damaged nails. Finally, me and thousands of others are free from fungus. And you can be too. Call now, and for a limited time, you can try Crystal Flush risk-free for 30 days. Call 800-764-9219. That's 800-764-9219. Eliminate your toe fungus once and for all, guaranteed. Call now, 800-764-9219, or visit crystalflush.com.
9:15.
What is HiBid? HiBid gives you access to thousands of auctions across the U.S. and around the world. Art and antiques, coins and collectibles, computers and electronics, toys and tools. You can find it all at HiBid.com. Even exotic cars, fine jewelry, and real estate. Browse the most popular auctions, search for the exact item you want, or just explore the site. It's easy to use and it's easy to bid. Go to HiBid.com and find what you're looking for today.
It's now 9:16.
Oh, thanks.
Try to keep you up to date on the time out there, folks. All right. This time of year, we've been talking a lot about going back to school, and it seems like it gets earlier every year. And a lot of times when you have a child going to school, you maybe have a health check to make sure everything's good health-wise. Maybe get those eyes checked, make sure they can see to the front of the room. I'm sure they still use blackboards in school. Maybe they don't. I don't know.
Probably dry erase boards now is what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But yeah, same concept.
You know, and so it's important for them to see. And then you might think about having their hearing checked, because if they happen to be in their main classroom and sitting in the back of the room rather than up front, you want to make sure they hear everything so they can get all the information and learn while they're at school. And we have the pleasure of having an expert here in our community that could do that for you.
That's right. That would be Roxanne with Nebraska Land Hearing Center, located in Broken Bow, Nebraska. Roxanne, a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience right here in Broken Bow. And Roxanne has a special going on this month, offering a free fuel voucher with every new purchase of hearing aids. Some additional buy local discounts available as well. So when it comes to dependable service, you won't get any better than the Nebraska Land Hearing Center, offering things such as free hearing evaluation and free office calls, free extended warranties on new hearing aids, and, as we mentioned, some extended discounts for just buying local. So there's no need to travel outside of the area to have your hearing tested, because Roxanne sells the top technology available in the world right here in Broken Bow. And you get that great local follow-up service as well. So to make an appointment, give Roxanne a call today at 308-384-3852. That's 308-384-3852 for the Nebraska Land Hearing Center, located in the Broken Bow Chamber Building in downtown Broken Bow.
9:18 is your time now.
Thank you, Dave.
Want to make sure I get that in. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I get nervous when you say uh-oh.
We've moved into weird science and tech.
Okay.
Cats. And by the way, again, yesterday was National Cat Day.
Okay.
Honoring kitties and cats. Cats love people who hate them.
Come again?
Cats love people who hate them. Cats bother people who hate them.
Oh, you know what? I believe this. I'm not a big cat person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not. And when we lived out on the farm, we had a couple of cats, and any time I would go outside and sit down, boom, one is immediately trying to climb up on my lap.
Yep.
And I'm like, don't you get it? I don't want you on my lap.
British scientists have now confirmed that, well, yes, cats love people who hate them. They've confirmed that every cat hater has always suspected cats like you better when you don't like them. Their research finds that people who like cats tend to initiate contact by doing stuff like petting their bellies and, patting them, picking them up, which sometimes just drives cats nuts. They don't really want to be picked up sometimes. It's the people who keep to themselves because they are, maybe allergic or they don't want fur all over them on their brand new pants, who end up getting the attention. So if you don't want your cat to ignore you, try petting its cheeks and ears. Just a little scientific tip. They like to be scratched behind the ears and under the chin.
Okay.
So if you want to get along with the cat, start there. And the study says that they are complicated. Cats are complicated. But
aren't we all?
Well, cats remind us of ourselves somewhat, unfortunately, because cats only think about themselves. No. They're not there to make us happy. They're there to make themselves happy.
Oh, yeah.
They're not like a dog. Like a dog, what can I do for you? You want to play? You take me in the car? Oh, my gosh, I'd like to go with you. The cat goes, I can't get away.
Yeah. Let me do my own thing.
Yeah, feed me. Pat me when I want to be patted. Otherwise, leave me alone.
There you go.
That sort of thing.
Okay.
All right. What else you have for us over there?
The 72nd annual Kamika Cookout is coming up at Camp Kamika right around Cozad, Nebraska. Great family atmosphere. They're going to bring in some jump-in inflatables for the kids to enjoy, hike to the cross, the milk crate climb. Now, I don't know what this is. Jeremy seemed to kind of know maybe what it was. He made the comment to me that it's intense. So you can try that out. They're bringing in some live music as well, and this is located at Camp Kamika, right outside Cozad. The actual address is 75670 Road 417, Cozad, Nebraska. Now, there's no cost for admittance. They're going to have a barbecue, some live music, as we mentioned. This will be on August the 13th, 5:30 to 8 o'clock is when it will happen in the evening. Again, no cost for admittance, but there is free will donations that will be taken to help support the Camp Kamika ministry. So put that on your calendar. Be a great time. August 13th, 5:30 to 8 o'clock in the evening. Barbecue and music for the 72nd annual Kamika Cookout at Camp Kamika, Cozad, Nebraska.
All right, thank you very much. There are some garments that we own that just don't do well in the washer and dryer. As a matter of fact, just a good old shirt typically looks better when it's cleaned out of cleaners.
Yeah. Suit jackets, pants, dress pants. If you like your underwear real stiff, you want to have them starched, things like that. Okay.
We are lucky enough to have a cleaning service available to us here in Broken Bow.
We are, yes. The Cleaning Shack is here in Broken Bow to help you with your dry cleaning. You'll find them inside the Quilting Shack, which is easy to find right off East Highway 2. Drop-off deadline for your dry cleaning, they remind you, is tomorrow on Wednesday. Have it in by 11:30 so that you can have it back the following Wednesday by 3. And while you're in there, make sure to check out the Quilting Shack because they have a great variety of projects and material available. The Quilting Shack, East Highway 2, Broken Bow, open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 5:30. Open on Saturdays from 11 until 4. And again, if you want to get your dry cleaning in, make sure you have it there by 11:30 on Wednesday. There you go.
Thank you. Did you get your curbs cleaned up?
Nope. I was going to, and then you made such a big deal about it. I just am like,
Well,
if it's going to bother Dave, then first off, they're not nearly as bad, I don't think, as you make it sound. You make it sound like, my lawn looks horrible.
No, your lawn's fine. It's just it's kind of like getting your hair cut. Like, you like to get a lot of haircuts, right?
Once a month, I get my hair cut, yes.
So
you got a problem with that now, too?
No.
What?
Go ahead and just cut it all you want.
Okay.
But that would be like, in comparison, letting your neck be fuzzy. In other words, say, don't trim my neck. I want it to be fuzzy. It's the same thing when you mow your lawn and the grass is hanging over the curb. It's the same thing.
Okay.
And if do you want me to bring my power?
Whatever you want to do, Dave. Whatever you want to do. Just, if it makes you feel better, just come on over. I don't care.
I mean, I know
That's
the neighbors would be happier. The rest of the neighbors.
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
Trying to keep the neighborhood happy.
Okay. All right. I'll try to get out there this week and take care of it myself so that you can sleep at night.
Have you met Ed and Vicky that live behind us across the alley?
I don't know if I have or not.
They're really nice.
Yeah.
And we talked about your fuzzy curb.
Oh, wonderful. Great.
I told them I was going to get that taken care of. So.
Oh, well.
Here's a new invention that I think you're going to be excited about.
Great.
It doesn't have anything to do with your curbs, although they are kind of fuzzy. The new solar-powered paint can automatically remove scratches after 30 minutes in the sun.
Oh.
No, you need to be excited about this. I know you're upset about the curb, but just relax.
Well, I just feel like I fall short. It's just frustrating when you have a perfect neighbor and you just can't, be as good as they are. That keeps me up at night. It does.
I've got weeds in my yard and everything. It's a neighborhood rule. You don't have fuzzy curbs. Now, back to the new solar-powered paint. Can automatically remove scratches after 30 minutes in the sun. Can you believe it? Some very clever scientists in South Korea have just figured out how to make scratches go away and disappear on your car.
Oh.
Yeah. They've invented a type of clear coat that can heal itself whenever you accidentally scrape up the paint. And it's not that expensive. It's solar powered, so all it takes is 30 minutes of sitting in the sun for the scratches to melt away. So any scratches you make will be totally gone by the time you return from, shopping. You leave it out in the parking lot 30 minutes, you come back, your scratches are gone.
Oh, nice.
They haven't said how long before you can expect the magic coating on new cars.
Wow. All right.
So that give you more time to clean your curbs if you're not trying to get the scratches out of your car. What else you have for us over there? Don't give me that look. I'm just trying to help you as a neighbor.
By the way, I apologize to the people with the Anselmo Myrna Fall Booster Club event that I was supposed to take part in tonight. I'll be a little bit late because I'll be trying to get my yard to the specifications of David J. Burney.
Well, why don't you do it over the noon hour?
I can never win with you. You just, oh, man. Just driving me nuts today.
Oh.
I don't even know where I'm at. What am I supposed to read?
You want me to read those for you?
No, I can do it.
I mean,
here's another. Shut up. Leave me alone.
Oh,
Barney.
Life is good.
For who? Barney Health Mart is looking for a sales clerk to work their counter, offering great customer service to their customers. It's a Monday through Friday job. Also, every fourth Saturday, Barney Health Mart offers paid health insurance along with paid major holidays. Other benefits include paid vacation after 1 year and a simple IRA. If you're interested to apply, just stop into Barney Health Mart and ask for an application. That's Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow. Also, Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. If you haven't met Tina yet, Tina Hurt has joined the team at Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, and she is there at the Broken Bow office, so feel free to stop in and visit with her. Don't forget, Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency offers crop insurance through Rain and Hail, NAU, and Great American, so when the time comes to discuss that again this fall, please give the Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency a call and see how they can help you. Also, the office in Callaway continues to offer all types of coverage, so visit with Chip or Liana And Tina will help you out in the Broken Bow office, and they will make sure that you are covered. As always, quotes are free, and they'd love to have the chance to provide insurance protection for the things that matter most to you. Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency.
Thank you, Brent. If you want, I could bring you over a minced ham sandwich over the noon hour, and that way it wouldn't take you very long to eat, and you could get that cleaned up before you go up to
Thanks,
Anselmo.
Dave. Yeah, thanks. All right.
You want mayo on it?
Miracle Whip, please.
Miracle Whip?
Yes, Miracle Whip.
Want dill pickles on it?
I'm not a big... dill pickles might not be so bad.
It's pretty good on minced ham.
Yeah, I bet it is. Yeah.
A lot of salt.
It's been... I can't even tell you the last time I had a minced ham sandwich.
You know what?
No idea.
You ever get a hankering for one? We ate a lot of them when we were kids.
I don't know. Yeah.
In the summer especially.
I remember growing up, we'd have ham salad sandwiches.
Ooh.
Is that kind of like the same thing? Or not
Well, it's a little fancier.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to leave it out of the fridge too long.
Oh, don't you?
No.
Okay.
That'll turn you south in a hurry. Would you talk to the Ruski?
What?
See if the Ruski's awake.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Alexa, good morning.
A very wonderful morning to you.
She is.
Well, thanks. Well, that was short. I thought she usually told you, like, gave you some information or something about the day.
She knows.
Now it's just good morning to you, and then that's it.
She knows I'm sitting close to her.
Okay.
She doesn't like me.
Hey, Alexa, tell us a joke.
What do you call a sleeping dinosaur? A Z-Rex.
Oh, that was terrible.
That's bad.
That was awful.
Would you ask her to play Magic by Olivia Newton-John?
Well, sure. Alexa, play the song Magic by Olivia Newton-John.
Magic by Olivia Newton-John from Spotify.
below-ground corn pests, like mid-season threats of corn earworm, western bean cutworm, and corn rootworm, giving you comprehensive control when it matters most.
Here we go. Come on, let's stop them.
Don't worry, we will. It's defense season. Visit DuracadeVipTerra.com to learn more.
Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans are bred to win. These 19 varieties have strong agronomics within high-demand trait platforms like Enlist E3 soybeans for superior performance all season long. Gold Series soybeans also out-yielded Astro brand soybeans by an average of 1 bushel per acre in 5,542 comparisons. Grow gold at goldenharvestseeds.com/gold-series.
9:38, Brent, Dave, and Jeremy now in the studio because today is the day, as we told you earlier, we'll be, I guess, letting the computer do the work, but there's going to be a winner for the Alan Jackson tickets and $200 in cash.
Yes. Yep. Rather than draw a piece of paper out, we're going to have the computer pick because everyone registered with their email addresses and their first and last names. So
going to work.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, though, we have you here. Today is Tuesday already. Tomorrow they'll start checking in over in Arnold for the loop-to-loop race on Thursday. So hours away from seeing the cars all over the area, getting ready for 3 events through the SORC events that will be happening. And
I've seen a couple already.
Yeah, I saw a couple on the highway out here yesterday. So they're coming to town, coming to Custer County.
Yeah, and I saw they posted on their Facebook page, I believe it was last week, they've got some new regulations in place as far as the loop-to-loop race and what they're expecting of drivers in order to prepare themselves for that race. They've had some pretty bad accidents the last couple of years, so they've got some new requirements in place encouraging those drivers to go over and drive the speed limit on that road, but familiarize themselves with some of the turns and things like that. And they've got a checkpoint system in place there so that they can verify that they've driven that course before they take to it this time around. So that'll be good.
That'll be real good. Good idea. They've always been all about safety, and that road is like a snake. It's something else. So that's good they're doing that. And we'll have that, as all the events, on the radio and on video as well, right?
Yes. Yep. Thursday it'll be you and Larry, and Gavin is going to go up to Halsey, help set up some video equipment. Emily's going to go up there and do some driver interviews. That's always a good time to catch some driver interviews when they're in line up there at Halsey. And Grant's going to go along as well and help set up some of the video equipment. So you guys will be off and rolling on Thursday.
Be a full crew, and we're ready to go. And it's going to be a lot of fun. The weather looks so consistent through this week. Mid-90s each and every day, all the way through Saturday, with a chance of rain on Sunday night. So should be good to go.
Yeah. Yep. And it'll be nice because usually you get going in the morning before the hot weather really kicks off. So that's even nicer.
Yep. Hopefully Saturday they'll be wrapping it up early afternoon and get ready for the banquet. All right. Brent, you're pretty quiet over there. Are you all good? I feel like there's a rift between us, and I don't know why. Why you'd be upset with me?
Yeah, I don't know either. No, I'm happy to be here, Dave.
Oh, I'm glad you're here.
Love you.
I love you too.
Yeah.
I'm glad I walked in here at this time.
I'm kind of glad you did too, to be honest with you.
Oh, he's just getting used to the neighborhood, Jeremy. There's
No. Let's not bring the neighborhood into this. No, it's not the neighborhood. The neighborhood is wonderful.
Quit saying a hood like that. What are we having, a turf war here? The hood's fine.
It's the neighbor, not plural, just one. That
I'm the spokesperson for the rest of the neighbors.
Oh, you're on the committee, huh?
Yeah, we have
one.
some guidelines in the neighborhood, in the hood, as you put it. It's like you live in certain sections of a community, and you have to have the same kind of roof on, and they have requirements for the siding and so forth. We don't have any of that, but we have some other requirements in the neighborhood. And I don't know if you talked to any other people in the neighborhood about?
Just ones that have been very polite and said hi and just visit a little bit.
Oh,
yeah.
I was going to take him a minced ham sandwich today at noon. So he
what?
You have a minced ham sandwich.
Minced. Oh, okay. You said it all.
Oh,
together. I'm like, what's a minced ham sandwich? Never heard of minced ham. What's a minced ham sandwich? I keep learning new things here in central Nebraska that I've never. Minced ham. Okay.
Minced ham. Yeah, it's part of the tradition of the hood.
The minced ham, huh? You know how you get your word across to the neighborhood society, Brent? You know, the conglomeration here. It involves a brown paper bag, a dog, and matches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's all you need to know.
Okay. I think we need to move on. What are we doing here? We're going to find out who's going to Alan Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you have our sponsor list over there somewhere, Dave, that we can thank our sponsors one more time before we find our winner?
We do. We want to thank Broken Bow and Ansley Housing Authority, Grazer's Bar and Grill in Arnold, Mr. Rudy's Mercantile in Sargent, Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique in Broken Bow, Shotgun Annie's Saloon and Grill in Callaway, and Ollie's Coffee and Boutique in Sargent. Thank you very much.
Okay. So this winner is going to get a pair of tickets. We'll have you call the radio station because I need to get an email address from you to send the tickets to digitally.
Okay.
So that's what we'll do. And I guess you'll have to come and pick up your $200 cash as well anyway. So maybe just talk to us when you come out to the station.
There you go. We'll have actually it'll be a check, but.
Okay. All right. Let's click our winner.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Okay.
Okay, I clicked winner. Now where does it put it at?
The drama builds.
Where is it?
I just got to find the right place to click here. Well, okay. They put their email address in the name and the email address slots. So.
Oh no.
But so we have C. McGinn. Whoever we think C. McGinn is.
C. McGinn.
Yeah.
That's the winner?
That's the winner. I won't give out the whole email address because they might start receiving bribes.
Yes.
C. McGinn. I know a C. McGinn, but I don't know if it's the right one.
McGinn.
Okay. So we can email them, let them know they won, right?
Yeah. Hopefully they check their email often.
Yeah. Boy, this electronic giveaway is more complicated than I thought. But C. McGinn, congratulations.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
this is why we did it on the 9th of August. Pick the winner.
Yes.
We've got plenty of days to get in touch with and get him set up.
Yep. And we've got we'll give it a little bit of time, and I hope that we can get in touch with them, but we've got a time that's set on that rules page on there that we'll give it. So.
Right. We suspect
Sounds good.
At this time we'll be like the talking heads on the news at night. We don't really have all the facts, but we suspect
yeah, there you go.
that name would indicate somewhere near Anselmo.
Yes.
Or Myrna, right in that area.
Yes.
But we don't know that for fact, but we suspect that.
There you go.
Unconfirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that's it. Brent, I want you to have a good time tonight.
Thanks. I'm looking forward to it.
And don't worry about anything. I've got it handled.
Great. Thanks, Dave.
I don't want to curb your enthusiasm.
I saw something interesting earlier. You guys like the movie Forrest Gump?
Oh, yeah. It's a classic.
Yeah.
What generation do you think Forrest Gump belongs to?
Well, let's see.
Huh?
What generation? Like, what generation can claim Forrest Gump as theirs?
Man, well, let's see.
Because like my age group remembers loving that movie and stuff like that. But it was kind of one of those things like everyone just
so you're
sees
talking,
it as
so
like
you're talking about the movie, not the character.
Yeah, what generation can truly claim Forrest Gump as like a big movie of their generation? You know, because it just kind of fit right in there.
That's a good question. That's a real good question.
I kind of think
I would say it'd either be my generation or yours.
Okay, I think Gen A.
Oh, it's... oh my goodness! All right, time to wrap up the show. That was terrible.
Congratulations to C. McGinn. You have won 2 tickets to Alan Jackson and $200.